Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to this Saturday Breeders' Cup Day edition of Thoroughbred Action here from Gulfstream Park West. Jason Blewett catching up with you once again from our Gulfstream studios. It's great to have you with us as we bring you 10 races on the show tonight. Let's get the track and weather conditions as we send it up.
And it's a partly sunny Saturday, November the 4th here in Miami Gardens. We'll get you up to speed as we are fast and firm for today's 10-race card, and we dive right into race number 1, a 3-and-up $8,000 claimer on the turf at 7.5 furlongs. 3 claims out of this race: the 1 Burning Wild to Jorge Navarro, the 7 Whoop-De-Doo to Elizabeth Dobles, the 9 On Cruise Control to Jessica Campitelli. And Pete Aiello was not claimed, but he sounded good on the mic, and here he is.
Racing at Gulfstream West. From the center, Summer Scamp is ridden hard to try to get the lead with our Cat Daddy toward the inside and Tranquil Warrior to the outside. Whoop-De-Doo will race from 4th into the outside. It's On Cruise Control, followed by Big City Heart. Off the speed is Proud Enough, racing ahead of only 2 as the 2 trailers are Burning Wild and Campaigner's Gold as they run around the first turn. Up front, the leader, Summer Scamp, 3 parts of a length. Tranquil Warrior on the outside, second. David Delgado takes hold of our Cat Daddy. He gets a good tracking spot behind the top 2 while racing in 3rd. It's a gap of 4 to Whoop-De-Doo, followed by the first race favorite On Cruise Control. Then back at the inside, Big City Heart. 2 in front of Proud Enough, and still unhurried at the back, both Campaigner's Gold and Burning Wild. That's the 9 of them with less than half a mile to go. Up front, Summer Scamp continues to be hounded by Tranquil Warrior. Trip of a lifetime for our Cat Daddy. He's 3rd. 3 lengths back to Whoop-De-Doo, 4th, followed 5th by the favorite On Cruise Control. 2.5 in front of Big City Heart, who's ahead of Proud Enough, then back to Burning Wild, and Campaigner's Gold still a long way behind with less than 3 furlongs to run. They run around the far turn. Summer Scamp still has the lead. Tranquil Warrior continues to press the issue. 2nd, On Cruise Control moves into 4th, as in 3rd and coming off cover is our Cat Daddy from the back, and Campaigner's Gold, and they're at the top of the stretch with the lead. Summer Scamp, the pursuers start to get to him from the outside. Tranquil Warrior, late run from Burning Wild down the outside, and a late run also from Campaigner's Gold and Big City Heart. Summer Scamp has the lead. There's a wall behind him. Summer Scamp is clear to the line, and Summer Scamp wins right back for the New Connections by 2 as Campaigner's Gold got up for 2nd, close for 3rd.
Speed's been so dangerous on this turf course of late, and the 6 Summer Scamp, basically the inside speed from the get-go. Son of Into Mischief, trained by Angel Rodriguez, owned by Frank Calabrese. Sammy Camacho, the winning rider in race number 1. We move on to race 2. 4 races on the main track to bring you today, and this is our opening one on the dirt. It's a 2-year-old maiden claimer. Claiming prices are $12,500, and we had no claims.
And they're off. From the outside, New Champion begins well. Storm Protection comes away with speed. Rock and Rattle moves throughout the inside. He's now into 2nd. From 4th, and Ed's Dog. Then back to AP Glory and Grizz. Out wide is Judas Sunset, and splitting horses, ABG Guerrero, as they go to the half-mile pole. It's the fleet-footed New Champion past the half-mile pole on a 3-length lead. Rock and Rattle is 2nd. Storm Protection is 3rd. Here's the gray Grizz moving a bit closer. Ed's Dog is in the 2-path. Then back to the outside, and ABG Guerrero racing ahead of AP Glory, and Judas Sunset is last of all with less than 3 furlongs to run. Up front, New Champions at the 5/16 with a length and a half to work with. Storm Protection is 2nd. Grizz still continues to progress. He's now moving off the fence into the clear for an opportunity. That'll send Ed's Dog 4 wide, as more like 5 wide, as Grizz really got out on the turn as they straighten in. New Champion has the lead and opens a 2-length lead over Storm Protection in 2nd. Rock and Rattle is 3rd. Grizz is still there with ABG Guerrero. Final furlong, New Champion held together up front by Camacho, and he has no dangers. It will be New Champion for Oscar Gonzalez and Sammy Camacho to win it gate to wire by 3. 2nd, Storm Protection. 3rd, Rock and Rattle. And 4th was Grizz.
And the wins are starting to pile up in bunches for trainer Oscar Gonzalez, who picked up a nice one yesterday on the turf. Daughter of Animal Kingdom on Friday. Here in Saturday's 2nd, 2-year-old by To Honor and Serve, and a Sammy Camacho early double. New Champion bet hard and just couldn't be caught. A speedy winner of race number 2. Speaking of speed, we'll take a little time out, and I promise we'll be right back with more Breeders' Cup Saturday action from GPW.
The Pegasus World Cup Invitational is January 27th at Gulfstream Park, and that weekend we have something new, the Pegasus World Cup Betting Championship. I'm lucky to be joined enough by two guys who will be playing in this tournament, including
Ray Arsenault, defending NEC champion.
And
Hi, Acacia. I'm Ross Gallo. I'm a 13-time NHC qualifier and also a member of the NTRA Players Committee.
we're so excited for it. Join us here at Gulfstream Park. $500,000 expected pool, no entry fee if played on site. This is for the players.
And welcome back as we continue on Saturday's third race here at Gulfstream West, a 7.5 furlong turf event. 3 and up claimers that have never won 2. The claiming price is $8,000, no claims, as we send it back up to Pete.
And they're off. Toward the inside, Exclusive Reward gets the first call, being sent up on the outside. Father Love has speed. Bodie Dog is ridden. So is Cape Force. In fact, Cape Force is ridden hard and now has to tap on the brakes. Tide of the Desert's going to get caught at least 4 wide. Disco Man wisely dropped over from the outside draw. He raced all the way up to the inside, and he's racing 6th and about 5 lengths off the lead. Then it's a gap of another 4 lengths back to the inside. Nassau Talent ahead of Smart Return and Aberdeen Way. And Rory looks like he's got some pace to chase, but he's last of the 10 as they bend into the backstretch. Father Love at a big price leads at 1.25 lengths. Exclusive Reward is 2nd. On the outside, and Bodie Dog from 3rd. Cape Force at the inside 4th. Back to 5th is Tide of the Desert. Disco Man's had the best run of it early. He's racing about 5.5 lengths off the lead, 1.5 lengths in front of an improving Nassau Talent. The laggards at the back include Rory, Smart Return, and Aberdeen Way. Less than half a mile to go as they start to converge on Father Love. Father Love tackled now by Exclusive Reward, who puts ahead in front. Bodie Dog and Tide of the Desert immediately move after him. Then comes Cape Force. Disco Man needs to get moving. From the back, Smart Return starts to find his best ride. So does Rory. They're both about 7 lengths off the lead, and that lead is now held by Tide of the Desert. Tide of the Desert comes off the turn with the lead. Disco Man to the attack, and Exclusive Reward boxing on at the inside. Smart Return is late on the scene. Rory's on the stand side with 1/8 of a mile to go. Tide of the Desert strides to the lead. Disco Man ducks to the inside and comes after him 2nd. Here's Disco Man with a great trip from Misael Jaramillo, and the trip matters here as Disco Man moves away to win it. Tide of the Desert 2nd, Smart Return 3rd, and Bodie Dog finished 4th.
And the 11 Disco Man was able to move in 1 post with the early scratch of the 5 Traffic Express. Still, this horse overcame a tough outside draw for Peter Walder. Misael Jaramillo riding this 4-year-old, New York bred by the late Disco Rico. Race number 4 in the afternoon, back to the main, 3 up, 3 lifetime claimers. Claiming prices are $62.50. We had no claims out of race 4.
And they're off. Blasting away was the favorite, Forest Gator. Don't break any better than that. And he establishes the lead from Red Cotton, who races in 2nd. Down at the inside, that's Indio Nativo, who comes away in the top flight. Penalba has him 3rd. Horse Spotter Carl moves out in the center of the course to take over 2nd behind the favorite. Then in between horses, Wise Warrior, Right Up My Alley is next. It's a gap of 3 to Annie's Big Boy and Bully Winkle, and Mass Approval is last. Less than half a mile to go as they swing around the far turn. On the inside, Forest Gator. Toward the outside, it's Horse Spotter Carl. These two in lockstep ahead of Wise Warrior, who's now 3rd. Back to 4th and ridden as Red Cotton, then to the inside and trying to improve Indio Nativo. On the outside, and Bully Winkle needs to get a move on with Right Up My Alley as Forest Gator gets away from Horse Spotter Carl a bit. And Horse Spotter Carl now 1.5 lengths behind the leader as they straighten for home. Up top, the leader still Forest Gator by 1.5 lengths. Horse Spotter Carl ducks to the inside for a stretch opportunity. Indio Nativo and Bully Winkle running on pretty well with less than a 1/16 of a mile to go. With the lead, it's still Forest Gator, and he's well clear. Forest Gator will win it. The battle's going to be for 2nd, and it's going to be close, too. In fact, it'll be Indio Nativo 2nd, closer for 3rd between Bully Winkle and Red Cotton.
And good speed from the get-go. I think the real reason the 5 Forest Gator was bet down to 7-5 favoritism was the early speed. And he got hooked and had to run hard every step of the way, but he kicked clear when it counted the most. He's a gelding by the late Wildcat Air. Abby Medina, 5-pound apprentice up for trainer Henry Colazzo. Forest Gator pretty sharp in race number 4. Back to race number 5, and back to the turf we go, I should say, as we cap this early pick 5 with 2-year-old filly, $20,000 maiden claimers. Back to Pete as we finish off the early 5.
And they're off. Tucking to the inside was Song of Melody, crowding a couple, including At Last My Love. Toward the inside, Costa Rica gets the first call with Starship Gussie quickly up to challenge. These two heads apart as they pass the wire the first time. Telling Me Softly is third from a keyed-up Song of Melody. Out wide on the course is Stormy Arabella. Winnie is between horses. Also in the top flight is Crown of Joy. First-time starter gets stuck about 4 wide around that turnaround. No early speed at all from Fast Point as they round the first turn. Costa Rica and Roberto Alvarado Jr. come through to put ahead in front. Starship Gussie is second. Moving up on the inside is Telling Me Softly, Crown of Joy, and Wilmer Garcia sandwiched between horses. Stormy Arabella's out wide, and she's now on the move. Then back to Winnie. Rein back is Song of Melody. She's settled better now. 3 ahead of At Last My Love. Racing on her outside is It's About Me. Then it's a gap of another 4 lengths back to Cape and 7 to the trailer, Fast Point. Less than half a mile away as they leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Costa Rica back for more inside and leads by a half a length. Starship Gussie is second. Winnie begins to move up on the outside of Crown of Joy. They're third and fourth respectively. Now running on again is Song of Melody. She's drawn within 5 lengths of the lead. At Last My Love has not progressed, nor is Stormy Arabella as they run around the far turn. Starship Gussie and on the inside Costa Rica. These two have been at each other since they sprung it. Now Starship Gussie gets the better of the deal and turns first with the length to work with. Costa Rica trying to fight back second in between horses. That's Crown of Joy third. Down the outside and Winnie from fourth. Yeah, late run far outside from It's About Me. In deep stretch, Starship Gussie getting away. Starship Gussie and jockey Nikki Figueroa turn it on, and they'll kick off the Rainbow Six with an open length win. They won by 4 in the end. Costa Rica was second. Crown of Joy finished third.
Starship Gussie, the number 3, turned race 5, a fairly contentious race on paper, into basically a one-horse affair. This filly by High Cotton, who was reined off the turf in her career debut, man, did she take to the turf today, and she was really good, scoring second time out beneath 5-pound apprentice Nikki Figueroa. She's trained by Steve Dwoskin, and if you're keeping score, our 4th consecutive winning favorite on the Saturday card. And with that said, we'll take a little breather. We are back with race number 6 after this quick break.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded in 1999 by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, now based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm. From the breeding shed to the racetrack, in pursuit of producing the best.
We have to take care of these horses that, give us so much joy.
Being accredited by the TAA gives us instant credibility.
People trust us even more than they have before because they know that the TAA has been to all of our locations and that our horses are well cared for.
I mean, this farm wouldn't look the way it is, these horses wouldn't look the way they are if it wasn't for the generosity and the hard work of Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
They've united our whole industry in terms of the aftercare movement.
We're all working together for the same purpose.
And welcome back as we are halfway home. 5 down, 5 to go on Saturday's Thoroughbred action. Race number 6, a 6-furlong, 3-and-up filly mare claimer. Claiming prices are $6,250.
And they're off. Starship Impulse a step slow. From the outside, Bourbon Honey begins nicely. Polka Dot Bikini moves up. Splitting horses now is Grand Edge to join the top flight. US Diva's between horses, and Catherine's Drama's outsprinted 5th. Starship Impulse now latches onto the main body, only 3.5 lengths off the lead, working 3 ahead of Federica. The 2 at the back are Longshot, Soft and Silent, and Golden Mila. They fly past the half-mile pole, and the speed of the speed is Bourbon Honey. She leads it by 2. Grand Edge between horses. Catherine's Drama 3 wide. Polka Dot Bikini's at the rail. 2 back to Starship Impulse. 5th and 4 lengths off the pace setter. US Diva's on her outside. It's a stretch of another 4 to Federica, racing ahead of Soft and Silent, and still nothing from Golden Mila. They'll have less than 5/16 to go, and up front, the leader, Bourbon Honey. The strides are strong, too. She's a 4-length leader. From the outside, US Diva tries to take up the slack. Starship Impulse splits horses and comes on next, and they're at the top of the stretch. Bourbon Honey has 3/16 more to get. US Diva tries to pick her up when it matters. Federica's on the stand side and gaining some ground as Bourbon Honey begins to get a bit weary. Bourbon Honey by 2.5. Time ticking away for anybody else, and they're out of time. Bourbon Honey goes all the way under Jose Bautista to win it by 2. US Diva was second. Grand Edge was third. Got close after that between Federica, and Starship Impulse.
And speed's been good on the turf. It might be even better today thus far on the main track. Now, granted, we haven't seen any real topsy-turvy results on the dirt, but there's no arguing that pace makes the race, and Bourbon Honey certainly had it. This tail of the Cat Filly broke on top. I mean, was really clear in a stride or two, and never had an anxious moment for trainer Fernando Abreu, longtime former assistant to the late, great H. Allen Jerkins, and I've been really impressed with the riding of late from jockey Jose Batista, who is aboard. Race number 7 is a very good one. We have 2 stakes to bring you here late in the show, and the Colts and Geldings, the 3-year-olds that is, are up first in the 1-mile turf event, the $75,000 Showing Up.
And they're off, and the Showing Up, and Zipping was very awkwardly away. He's 3 lengths last. It was a good start for the favorite Croy, who establishes the lead on the rail over Fast and Accurate, and General Magooby, who moves second and third. In between horses is Major Key. Lemonist is at the rail. They're followed by Love Conquers, then it's Zipping and DeRocher, and long shot Quinientos drops back last as they make their way into that first turn run. Toward the inside, Croy has the lead. Only mild pace pressure here from Fast and Accurate on the outside second. Lemonist is now racing in third. Then it's down to the inside and traveling along fourth, General Magooby, followed outside by Love Conquers, and then down inside by Major Key. DeRocher is a length back of that team, then to the inside Zipping, and Quinientos is last of all as they make their way down the backstretch. They went 24-1 for the opening quarter speed, and Croy has the lead, Fast and Accurate, and Jose Bautista with token pace pressure second. General Magooby is third, Lemonist is fourth. These top 4 have quickened 5 ahead of Love Conquers, then Major Key and DeRocher. Zipping is 3 wide while second last, and Quinientos has been last throughout with less than half a mile to go. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, and up front, Croy has the lead. Fast and Accurate is there second, a length and a half clear of General Magooby third. Victor LeBron has not moved on Lemonist. He needs some place to go from fourth. 2 back to the outside, and Love Conquers. Then DeRocher and Major Key, and they're at the top of the stretch. Croy cuts the corner. Fast and Accurate will not go away. From the outside, Love Conquers in with an upset possibility, and down the outside, DeRocher. 1/8 of a mile to go. Fast and Accurate and Croy, they're still at each other. General Magooby and Love Conquers trying to pick up the top pair, but in deep stretch, it's Fast and Accurate who strides to the lead, and Fast and Accurate will win it. It's Croy second, General Magooby third, Love Conquers finish fourth.
Closers need not apply. Speeds ran 1-2 around the turf, and it turned out to be, even though it was just a 2-horse affair per se, it's a good battle between Croy, the beaten favorite, who dug in gamely for second, but no match late for the 7. Fast and Accurate? Accurate indeed. 3-year-old Gelding by Hansen, trained by Mike Maker, got off to a pretty good start Breeders' Cup Day out at Del Mar, winning the Goldie Cova, and Jose Batista continues to ride in fine form. 2 in a row for Mr. Jose Batista. Let's move on to race number 8 now, 5.5 furlongs. This will wrap up the action on the main track today. A 3-and-up, $6,250 claimer. Starship Apollo, who's been claimed 7 times this season, is your favorite as he looks to get it done at 6-5.
And they're off. From between horses, Matthew's Mystery gets the first call. Moving out the rail, Bocati is up to challenge for the top. The favorite Starship Apollo came away in good shape. He's now splitting horses and is a joint second. Racing up into between horses as well as My Johnny Be Good, as the leader is still Matthew's Mystery. My Johnny Be Good just a neck behind. Starship Apollo is 3 wide. It's a gap of 3 lengths then to Bocati with Ausible on his outside. It's a stretch of another 2 lengths to More Applause, and the trailer is Big Boy Bruno. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, running to the 5/16. Matthew's Mystery has a tussle with Starship Apollo. At the 5/16, Starship Apollo has the lead. Matthew's Mystery trying to hang tough second. They've quickly put away My Johnny Be Good. Ausible's running on, and so is More Applause, and they're at the top of the stretch. Matthew's Mystery cuts the corner and digs in. Starship Apollo right alongside second. These two might be sitting ducks for More Applause, who's charging hard with Ausible. Final furlong, Starship Apollo now extends his stride, and he leads by 2. More Applause, late run down the outside from Big Boy Bruno. Starship Apollo and Juan Carlos Diaz will win it. Second, More Applause. Third, Big Boy Bruno, then Ausible and Matthew's Mystery.
And the ever-popular Starship Apollo claimed once again. He was pretty good today. Had to work hard off the quarter pole, put away the 4 Matthew's Mystery, and held safe. He's a popular item in the claim box. Believe it or not, the 8th time he's been claimed on the season. Today, however, it was Marcial Navarro, the trainer, and Puerto Rico's all-time leading rider, the master, Juan C. Diaz, was up. We'll take one more timeout with the first 8 down. It's an all-turf late double that includes our co-featured 10th, so don't go anywhere.
I'm Javier Castellano.
I am Joel Rosario.
I'm John Velasquez. For the first time ever, the Clásico del Caribe will be at Gulfstream Park. Entertainment, special events, and the best horses from Latin America and the Caribbean. Right here in South Florida.
Right here in South Florida. It's a thrilling, it's a popular, it's international. The Clásico del Caribe is coming to Gulfstream Park.
The Clásico del Caribe is coming to Gulfstream Park on December 9th.
I'll be there. Will you?
Crossing the finish line for the last time can mean an uncertain future for many horses. Recognizing the need for a dignified retirement, the racing industry has made racehorse aftercare a top priority. In partnership with Gulfstream Park and the Florida Horsemen's Association, Florida Track provides retraining and adoption services for retired racehorses. Thanks to their efforts, the end of a racing career can signal the beginning of a new career in show jumping, trail riding, police work, even therapy for children and veterans. However, good intentions do not come without cost. As a nonprofit organization, Florida Track relies on tax-deductible donations and volunteers to help pay for feed, training, housing, and veterinary care. To find out how you can help, contact Florida Track today. Your support will go a long way towards a new beginning.
And down the stretch we go. 2 more to bring you here on this Breeders' Cup edition of Thoroughbred Action. Race number 9 begins a turf late double. Mile and a 16th here, the distance, 3 and up, $8,000 claimers. Pete Aiello in the booth.
And they're off. From the outside, Telling Tony was away smoothly. Down on the inside, here's Lucky Kitten to show speed, and Giant's Voice is not far away as they charge out of the turf chute and link up with the main course. Up front, the leader is Lucky Kitten with inside position and a half a length advantage over Giant's Voice, who races second. Riviere de Loup is racing in third on the outside and Telling Tony, then back to 2 Jacks Wild. Contamara is next toward the rail ahead of Little John W. It's a gap of 2.5 lengths to Big Money Machine, with Starship Zorro dropping over from the high draw. He races about 9 lengths off the lead. Recalibrating is next with Conscious Decision. They make their way around that first turn run, and Lucky Kitten and Amisael Jaramillo have the lead, but it's a narrow lead. Up on the outside in Giant's Voice from second, Telling Tony. He broke running, and he settled into a good spot, too. He's third behind the top flight horses, working 4 ahead of 2 Jacks Wild. Then Riviere de Loup. On the outside and 3 wide is Little John W. He's dropped better than 8 lengths off the lead. Big Money Machine works between horses. On the outside in Conscious Decision from between horses, Contamara ahead of Recalibrating, and Starship Zorro is last. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, and Lucky Kitten now moves away 3 from Giant's Voice, who's back to second. Here's a move from Telling Tony. He's into second. From fourth and coming on is Big Money Machine. Then down to the inside and 2 Jacks Wild as they round the far turn. Lucky Kitten's been in front from the outset and leads by 2. Telling Tony's got a picture-perfect trip if he needs to parlay it with 2 lengths to make up. On the outside and Big Money Machine in the wrap, the top of the stretch. Big Money Machine just continues to charge at Lucky Kitten. These 2 kick on with 1/8 of a mile to go. Big Money Machine strides to a short lead under who else? Jose Bautista. Lucky Kitten battles right back on the inside under Jaramillo. It's Lucky Kitten on the inside, on the outside, and Big Money Machine. It's a photo finish. And Lucky Kitten might have battled back to win that race. Too close to call.